everyone, and welcome to a tutorial. I'm going to be telling you how you can transform a starter house, and I was chatting on the Minecraft Discord. This video is made for someone called Practical User, and they wanted, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your pronouns, really sorry for that. They made a house, I recreated it here, and they wanted some help. So I'm just going to show you how you can transform something like this. First, what you could try doing is removing these kind of slabs, because in a real house it's not too common actually. So we can start by doing that. Now that that is done, you could try and place some pillars. If you're going for more depth, you can place them on the outside. If you don't have enough space or you want to do them the other way, you can also place them on the inside all the way up. For me, I'm going to do it on the outside though, so just run my pillars along here and we'll fix the roof later. On all four corners, we're going to place the pillars. And remember, this is flexible, so if you're doing it with your own house, you know, like, follow these steps, but you can change it a bit. And I get what they're going for here. It's kind of like a medieval style, like those kind of cross beams. I get what you're going for, but for now, I think I'm just going to replace this with cobble, and I'm just going to run a beam along the top. You can still do the kind of cross beams idea, but it's not it's not easy to pull off in Minecraft. Also, as for these things, I'm going to replace them with cobble. Once you are done with the pillars, for me, I'm going to temporarily remove this roof. We'll put it back. I'll just take it off, and maybe World Edit can help me a little bit. So now that we've just taken off the roof, we can work on the sides of the house a bit. I actually really like what you've added, like the wooden border here. I think it looks quite nice, so we're gonna keep that. If you want, you can like add flower boxes here or windows. I think I'll just add windows on the side. And again, your windows can be however big you want them to. You can experiment with your window size actually, and you know, when you see something looks good, you keep it. So I'm going to stick with these kind of windows right here. Now in their original build, they also had a chimney, but it was quite a big chimney. So we're gonna kind of leave a gap for this. We're not gonna put a window here. We're gonna build the chimney a bit later. And now if you don't want to texture your walls, that's completely fine. I'm just gonna, because the idea that they had is quite good. It's mossy cobblestone. So I'm going to go around and texture it a little bit. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And texture with moderation. Little bits here and there are completely fine, but don't go overboard. A few bits and you're good. So now you move on to the roof, and I noticed that they had a spruce stair for roof, and I think that's actually quite good. So we're going to keep that, and we are going to bring a roof along here. And this is what I'm talking about when I say overhang, is you overhang this by one and this here by one. So I'm just going to drag this all across on both sides. I'm going to leave a space open for the chimney, but if I need to fill it back in, I will. Now I'm going to make a roof shape, and you can simply do it like this, like stair, 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 and it can go in a straight shape like this. However, if you want to vary your roof shape, you can add blocks onto your stairs, and that'll give it a steeper accent. If you want to make it go in a more shallow curve, you could also try slabs. And for this, you have like an even number, so the stairs meet on top. But if you don't, you can simply make like a little spire or something. I personally like working with odd numbers, but I think keeping it even once in a while is pretty good. So I'm going to leave this house the way it is. I'm going to mirror this roof back on the other one, and we can talk about filler blocks. Now that you've got both of your roofs mirrored and the sides done, except for where I'm leaving the chimney, of course, you're going to want to build up these two sides of cobble, and I know there's a gap here, but just do it like you normally would. And remember, if you decided to texture the bottom, you should also try and texture the top here. And now mirror this on the other side. Now with that done, you can take your oak log if you would like, and you can try and actually drag this across for a really cool effect. And of course we're going to fill that in, don't worry. Now do this on both sides. I'm going to experiment with oak planks. I didn't like how the full blocks looked on these, so I'm just going to use stairs over here. If this process is too complicated for you, or if you don't really want to do it, you can, of course, just build this roof one block inwards, so it's at the same level as your pillars over here. Now I'm going to take this and replicate it on the other side. Now that that is done, if you want to add windows here, you of course can. I'm not going to, just to save time, but you know, do what you would like. As for the actual roof block, you can see that this filling is partially visible, so I'm going to use oak. So I'm just going to quickly fill in this roof. I filled in the roof with oak, and if you want to do something else, you can, but this little bit shows up a little, so I'm just using oak for that. I think it works pretty well. And to be honest, you could just leave the house as it is, and it would be perfect that way. But for me, I'm going to add a special little kind of flare. I'm just going to find the middle of this and punch this, and I'm going to add like a window. If you don't want to make anything here, that's perfectly fine. You can do whatever you would like. You can also add a slab here like that. If you want to change this roof for something else, you could, but I'm just going to add a chimney now. As for the chimney, I'm going to be using some of these blocks in my hotbar. These all fit together quite well. They're in the same color scheme, so you can use some of these. You can also use a chimney in like a cobble grayish color palette, but to contrast with the house a little bit, because the walls here are made of cobble, I'm going to use like something like this. I don't think I'll use the terracotta because this is a little bit too much texture. I'll just use primarily granite and bricks, but just know that this is here for you if you need it. So I'm just going to build up the chimney right now, and I'm not worrying about texturing or adding half blocks or anything. I'm just building up the main shape. And in survival, I'm not sure if you could put some actual fire in there because it could set your house on fire potentially. But in survival, we're going to use a campfire and trapdoors here, which is a overused but nonetheless effective trick. Remember also not to over texture. That is something you want to avoid. And if you want to use walls, you could do that as well. I'm not going to because that would be a bit too much, a bit too many blocks in my hotbar, as I only have 9 slots. Now I'm going to use a campfire. I'm going to plop it in here. Extinguish it using, a shovel, but you can use whatever you want as long as it works. And I'll surround this with trapdoors. And I'm stupid. I need to keep it lit. Sorry. And that's pretty much it. Your house looks nice and cute, actually. So I've done a little bit of modification to the first house, and you can follow along if you want to. You can edit your own house. But thank you all for watching. Thank you, Practical User, for sharing your build. And thank you for letting me make it into a YouTube video. Thank you so much, Practical User. This video is dedicated to you. I guess I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!